Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Rick's Retirement Journey. I cannot recall when the last time I was on here. I think it may have been when I posted something about the Walk for Peace, the monks that were walking down the street a little bit over a week ago here where I live. And yeah, it was a snowy day, and it was interesting. They finally made the end of the journey up to Washington, D.C. From my understanding, they were going to go from there to Baltimore. And after that, instead of walking back to Texas, they were going to jump on a bus and be driven all the way back home. So yeah, it was interesting. It was there was a lot of coverage by the local news. And yeah, it was an experience. It was pretty interesting. They had a lot of good words of wisdom, and I just wish I had an opportunity to go to one of their meetings. They did a lot of it outside, and they did it in the most brutal winter conditions that we've seen here in quite some time. But yeah, it was interesting. It's been a good week. The Snowcrete has finally been melting, and I'm just kind of sitting here. I just did a little grocery shopping. I thought I'd just pump out a video real quick, just kind of looking around the parking lot, and there are still piles of snow that is going to take a while to melt. I know our front yard is still covered with snow right now. Whereas our neighbors across the street, it's literally all gone. So it was interesting. You know, as retirees, we always kind of wonder what each of us are doing from time to time. And I think I may have mentioned it, that I've been doing a lot of reading. And one of the books that I'm reading right now, it's called The Road Ahead by Bill Gates. I may have mentioned it before. Interesting book. It was written in 1995, and he actually goes through the history, or I take that back. He doesn't go through the history. He forecasts the history of the internet and the World Wide Web and how we would be using it today, including what I'm doing right now, actually video recording something and going to be pumping it out. So right now it's kind of a asynchronous thing, I think it is, where I record it now, you watch it later, whereas what Buzz and Steve and some of those guys do, they do asynchronous, where they actually do a live, and then we can kind of converse back and forth. So it's interesting, really interesting. But one of the things I wanted to go through today, as you know, I work at a bookstore. I work at a Books A Million locally here, and we do have a section in the store that's called the banned books section. For me, it's one of my favorite sections because it reminds me of a lot of the books that I read, actually when I was going to high school, a lot of years ago. Yeah, a lot of years ago. But, one of the things I did, before the end of the year, got myself a calendar, and the calendar has these pages on it that you can read each day and kind of rip off. And, there's a blank space on the back that if you want to make some notes, you can do that too. So, but I've got a few of them here. I'm just going to go ahead and read them, and we'll just go from there. Banned Books Trivia. It's called A Steep Climb. On January 20th, 2021, American poet Amanda Gorman recited her inspiring and hopeful poem, The Hill We Climb, on the national stage for President Joe Biden's inauguration. In May of 2023, one South Florida school district restricted access to it for allegedly containing hate speech. Really? But Gorman wasn't deterred. In her response, she wrote, "Together, this is a hill we won't just climb, but a hill we will conquer." Huh, interesting. Next. Stand with the band. We have a right to voice how we feel, and isn't that better than just doing nothing? It's by All American Boys by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Keeley of 2015. I have no idea who the All American Boys are. I might have to look that one up and maybe let you know a little bit later. Next, the Banned Books Club. Stellar science fiction. Oh, interesting. Let me see. I have read 4 out of the following 5. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, 1932. 1984 by George Orwell, 1949. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, 1953. A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess, 1962. Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler, 1993. Yeah, I've read 4 out of the 5 there, and they're all pretty good books. I think my favorite was Fahrenheit 451. You know me, I got to think about books. Next one, Best of the Band. Love Is or It Ain't. Thin Love Ain't Love at All. It comes from the book Beloved by Toni Morrison of 1987. And the last one here is going to be the band book recommendation. Why did the wise guys always accuse other people of being wise guys? Interesting. This comes from a book called The Chocolate War by Robert Cormier of 1974. And it goes on to say T.S. Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock sets the stage for this young adult novel where Jerry Renault considers the line, "Do I dare disturb the universe?" Winner of the 1974 New York Times Notable Book of the Year and School Libraries Journal Best Book of the Year, The Chocolate War is a microcosm of what happens when the system and dissent face off. Wow, interesting. And that's for Friday, February 13th. So, yeah, that's what I do. I kind of read these things, and I do kind of hang on to them because it's always, some good space to have some scrap paper back here. But yeah, I think it's time to head on home. I didn't buy a lot of groceries, maybe like about 4 items, but I gotta put the eggs in the fridge and things like that, and maybe watch a little bit of the Olympics later on tonight, and just go from there. But no, it's been a good weekend. I had dinner with my wife yesterday. Actually visited a huge bookstore yesterday called McKay's. I think they may have them at various places throughout the U.S. I'm not really sure. But I walked in, and if I have an opportunity, maybe I'll post a few pictures. But this place was just huge. I walked in, spent less than 15 minutes. 1, I just wanted to see where it was. 2, what it looked like on the inside. 3, just kind of get a lay of the land. And I'll just say that number 4, I was overwhelmed. And number 5, I had nothing in particular that I was looking for. Number 6, I will definitely have to go back and visit. So that's pretty much about it for now. No question of the day, no word for the day. I'll read you some band book calendar things, and I'm just going to head on home. And like I said, maybe eat some leftovers and watch some of the Olympics, and maybe do some more reading. So I hope everybody's doing well. If you like the content, please comment, like, share, subscribe. And hey, until next time, Rick out. Have a great week. Bye.